Hello, Lade Deo. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade. On today's video, I'll be showing you how I make village stew ata rice. I really don't know if there's any name like that, but this is what we call the stew that we make at home when we want to eat white rice. And my husband loves it, everybody loves it. Zoe eats it, my daughter. If you don't know her, check my channel out. And so yeah, that's what I'll be showing you. I have a video on how I made this vegetable stir fry. I like to add it as a side to a lot of our meals, and I just served this with some white rice and some fried plantains. So yeah, let's get into today's video. I'll be using this pepper mix. Later on I'll tell you exactly what it's comprised of, and then I'm going to be using some tomato paste. I'm going to be using some locust beans. We call this Iru. Iru is a local ingredient that I like to use in some of my stews to make it very local, authentic, you know. I'll be using 3 medium-sized onions, white onions, and then I'll be using some smoked panla fish, smoked shower fish, and some cow skins, bomo. I'm also going to be using this catfish, smoked catfish, the black ones. For seasoning, I'll be using some curry, some thyme, and some bouillon powder and salt. I'm also going to be using some fresh meat, beef, and some hard-boiled eggs, and leftover fried fish. This is mackerel fish. I have a video on how to make fried mackerel stew, mackerel fish stew. You know what I mean? The video will pop up. So I'm going to start off by boiling the meat, and I'll be adding some onions. I'll also be adding some thyme, curry, bouillon powder, and some salt. Believe it or not, this is all the seasoning I need for this food, and you will see that in the very near future. I added ginger and garlic powder because I did have the fresh ones at hand, but I always like to add that to my meat. And then Cameroon pepper. As a Yoruba girl that I am, I just really like to add pepper when I'm boiling meat. And so if you watch my videos, you know that when I boil meat, I like the meat to boil first in its own juice before I add water. I need this beef to be extremely soft and like easy to chew, so I want it to be really tender. So here, this is the amount of juice that has come out. It's been on there for longer than usual. You'd have seen more juice than this. So why am I saying juice? It's stock, it's stock before the food people come for me. So I'm going to add some water, and I'm adding the water to kind of go cover the meat, above the meat. And yes, I'm just going to close it and let it do its thing. I allowed it to boil for like almost 30 minutes, and look how reduced the water is because it's been on there. But I don't need the beef that has cow skin on it, the one that has komo on it. I don't need it, and the meat in the pot is actually too much for the quantity of stew that I want to make. So I quickly took out those ones. I'm going to set them aside and use them later on for maybe okra or ogbono. Moving on to the stew itself, we're going to add some palm oil into a pot and just allow it to heat up. We're not bleaching, no, we're just allowing it to heat up. It's very important that when you make this village stew, you use palm oil instead of vegetable oil because it's village stew. So we're going to add some onions and some iru, the locust beans, and I usually like them to cook at the same time or fry, whatever the case is, and with some curry and thyme because I want them to release their flavor to the oil. The oil is like your base. So curry, thyme, iru, and onions. Let that fry before adding the tomato paste. Once you add the tomato paste, you want it to fry to the point where it becomes grainy. That's the point, because you want to turn it from the sour tomato taste to sweet. That's what we're trying to achieve when I say fry till it's grainy. So when that's done, it will be time to add in the pepper mix I was telling you guys about. In there I have some tomatoes, some scotch bonnet, which is atarudo, some bell peppers, which we call tatashe, and a lot of onions, like a lot. And I've had this reduced. So reduced means I've boiled it and like the water is out, because it just generally would reduce my cooking time. So instead of me doing that right now while it's like in the oil, I would have cut down like my cooking time by like at least 30 minutes doing reducing the tomatoes. So if that's something you guys want to see how I do, because I usually would have it in excess at home, so when I'm about to cook any soup, it's just straight to the point. So I'm using 2 out of the 3 I showed you. I actually ended up using 2 of the smoked fish. At the same time, I'll be adding the cow skin, which is pomo, and then the smoked fish, both shawa and pala. And remember, I know that I just put in this pepper. I'm putting everything in now on purpose. I'm going to add the meat as well. See, let me tell you, cooking is easy, but you need to know how to manipulate your ingredients. That's really where the gifting and the art comes. So we can be given the same exact ingredients and the same amount of time to make the same dish, and they will still come out tasting differently because of your methods and how and when you're putting the ingredients. So I've added the meat. I cut it into smaller pieces, and I'm going to add the stock now. Like I explained, I've already reduced this pepper mix, so it's very thick now, and if I don't add some kind of liquid, some water or something, it will start burning right away. So that's why it's perfect for you to have meat stock, because you can add that instead of water. And that's all the seasoning you're going to need from your meat stock. So I'm just going to let it do its thing and simmer and cook and fry under low to medium heat. After about 10 to 15 minutes, the heat has reduced again because the meat stock in it has kind of evaporated and the stew is getting thicker. At this point, I'll add in the mackerel, fried mackerel. I have a video on how to make mackerel stew, fried mackerel stew. You should see that. It should pop up on your screen very soon. I showed you how I fry fish and all that good stuff. So I'm going to add that now. The reason why we like this stew at home in my house is because there's so many things that go into it. I'm adding eggs as well, boiled eggs. There's fried mackerel fish, there's beef, there's all these goodies. There's the catfish, smoked catfish, there's smoked panla, there's smoked shawa. And that's it, guys. That's it. Oh, just allow it to simmer, and yeah, the stew is ready. And of course, I served the stew with some white rice and some fried plantains. I also added this side vegetable stir fry that I did. This stew is amazing, and this is what we love to eat with white rice. I have a video on how I made the vegetable stir fry. Please go ahead and hit it on the top of the screen, showing somewhere. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something new in today's video. Let me know in the comments. Until next time, bye.